It's tube biscuit time. A few months ago, I did a haul and bought about nine or 10 different tube biscuits, flaky biscuits and buttermilk biscuits and crescent roll biscuits, and I've been running through them ever since. So a few days ago, I made a red, white, and blue cheesecake for 4th of July, and I still have some blueberry and cherry pie filling left. So I saw online a recipe that uses these flaky biscuits as a crust in a muffin pans for little mini pies. So I'm going to give that a try right now. Well, I took my biscuits out of the tube and have cut them up. I think 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. I think there were 10 or 9 or something like that. They didn't come apart, so I just took a knife and sliced them. I've started here. I took one and put it in the muffin cup. I filled my muffin pan with those little paper cups, and I'm going to start molding the second one to put into the second muffin cup. Let's get that flattened out. The first one tore, but no matter, I just used my fingers to kind of mold it back together. Get this into a nice big disc, leaving the screen there. So let's get a nice big disc like that. Then I'm going to just place it into the muffin cup, just like that, and mold it in. You do one more. There we go. I'm just going to press it with my fingers into a big disc. These are just out of the refrigerator. They're a little chilled, but it's probably better that way. I found when I've worked with these and they're too warm, they just fall apart, and it's really hard to work with them. So I took them out of the freezer yesterday, and I've just left them in the refrigerator, and now they're just at the right consistency. All right, so I'm going to fill the rest of these with some of the dough, and we'll put the pie filling in and see how far we get with that. All right, here's my leftover cherry pie filling, and I'm going to start filling these up with that and see how far we get with it. I'm not quite sure how much this is going to take. Whoops. Let's do this one. Seems about a teaspoon's about enough. Maybe a heaping teaspoon. Never made these before, but they sure looked good in the on the internet. Everything looks good on the internet, right? So, like I said, a heaping teaspoon seems to be the right amount. Then you can adjust it. And I've preheated the oven to 350, and I'm going to finish up the rest of the muffin pan. Well, here they are, messy but looking delicious. Good thing I put the cupcake liners in there. I think the two issues that I'm going to have to watch out for next time based on the appearance of these is I have to make sure that those biscuits go up to the side of each muffin cup evenly. Number two, make sure I don't overfill, because I guess the biscuits kind of tend to puff up and push the filling up. But in spite of it, I don't think anyone would refuse any of these if they were served to them at breakfast or dessert or whenever you want to have them. I'm going to give them a try in a few minutes when they are cooled down. Well, I peeled back some of the liner and took a bite. It is so good. The texture of the muffin or the crust is like the biscuit. It's kind of soft and buttermilky and just delicious. As you can see, it rose just fine, even though it had the layer of pie filling on top. So these are a definite go. Now, you can't tell me those aren't just the prettiest things you've ever seen. A little messy, but they're delicious, and boy, do they look nice. This would also be a great 4th of July dessert because it's red, white, and blue. Well, that's definitely a keeper. Just delicious and pretty. Like I mentioned earlier in the video, I would definitely make sure that biscuit dough is well up along the sides of the muffin cup, because as you can see, the filling overflowed a little bit on the sides of some of them that weren't evenly distributed. Also, I did tend to put maybe too much filling in them. Is there such a thing? They sure are delicious, but if you want that perfect look, I would definitely cut back a little bit on the filling so that the crust can rise around it. This is such an easy, cheap thing. I think the biscuits were 50 cents, and a can of pie filling at Dollar Tree is $1, and you could do this with apple. I did cherry, and I had some blueberry from Walmart, or even fresh fruit. It certainly was good. The biscuits rose very nicely, and the crust was very soft and well baked even underneath. Anyway, I'm looking forward to having some more of those this morning. Thank you so much for watching, and happy baking.